Here's every single ability in Roblox Blade Ball. As a person with around 300 wins of this game, I've seen and used most of the abilities, so I feel pretty confident in telling you guys what these do. But going in order here, starting off, we have Dash. Dash is the basic starting ability that every single player gets when they start playing Blade Ball. By any means, it's not the best ability in the game, but it is far from the worst. When you use the ability, it dashes you in a direction you want to go, like backwards, sideways, or forwards. So say if you're really close to your opponent, you could probably dash forward like this and kill him. But by far, my favorite thing to do with Dash is this right here.
You're still there!
If this video gets like 50 likes, I'll show you guys how to do that in an upcoming video. Next off, we got Super Jump. Now, I'll be honest here, Super Jump really is not that good of an ability. What it lets you do, it lets you jump really high into the air, which, you know, not too surprising. It'll let you jump really high into the air, and say if the ball's going really fast, it'll probably catch a lot of players off guard. And in that regard, it's good, you know? But if the ball's going like really slow, it doesn't do anything really because they could just look up and have time to react to it. It's not really that good. Although I will admit, it does look pretty cool because, you know, you're doing a giant dash into the sky. That's awesome. If you're facing like a really good player though, I doubt like it'll really do anything, I'll be honest. And then again, if you are facing really good players, they probably have a really good ability like Rapture, Reaper, or Pull, so you're just gonna die, so don't use it against good players. Next ability here is Platform. When you use Platform, it builds a giant tower into the sky, and you're at the very top of it for like, I think 15-20 seconds. I'm not too sure on the time. But yeah, you're sort of just up there, chilling for that time. Again, it kind of just falls into the same boat as Super Jump. You'll just get outclassed by better abilities like Reaper or Pull. Because, I mean, Platform really isn't that good. They see you at the very top, so what are good players gonna do? They're gonna look up and hit it towards you. Doesn't really do anything. Next ability we got here is Quad Jump. What Quad Jump does, it lets you jump 4 times in a row. Now, I'll be honest here, I'm fairly certain this is the worst ability in the entire game. Out of all the times I played this game, I have never seen anyone barely use this. And for good reason, it's not really that good. It just lets you jump into the air 4 times in a row, which won't catch good players off guard. But I mean, hey, you look pretty cool doing it. Next ability here is Invisibility. Invisibility lets you go invisible so the ball cannot target you while you're in the game. I'm not sure the exact time it lasts for, but I'm pretty sure around 15-20 seconds would probably be a good guess. Invisibility is actually a very good ability, I'll be honest. Say if the ball's going really fast and like you're in between 2 players, use that invisibility, because let's be real, if it gets hit to one of them, they're probably going to hit it towards you and you will die instantly. I will note though is that when the last 2 players are alive, you cannot use it, which is a pretty big nerf, but there's actually a bug going around currently where you actually can use it in standoff, and when the player tries to hit the ball, it'll just go back to them, which is pretty funny, I'll be honest. Thunder Dash. Thunder Dash allows you to teleport in front of you like instantly. It'll instantly shoot you in front of you as like a very fast dash. You can use it forwards and backwards, side to side, diagonally. It's basically the same thing as Dash. But I'll be honest here, don't buy this ability. It's basically just Dash, but worse because you can't do the fly across the entire map tech. And let's be real, dashing forward instantly, like... There's a few abilities that let you do that. And they're better. Although it is kind of fun to use because it dashes you forward very fast. Next ability we're going to show off here is Shadow Step. Shadow Step basically allows you to move extremely fast for a couple of seconds. You can see my friend here using it, basically outrunning the ball because of how fast he's going. I'll be honest here, the base Shadow Step ability is not really that great. You don't really go all of that fast, and it won't catch players off guard usually. My friend in the clip here is using the Upgrade 2 Shadow Step. So if you're going to use Shadow Step, use the Upgrade 2 definitely. If you're a sweaty player and you like getting a lot of money, a lot of coins, and getting in people's faces with it, then this is a pretty good ability. But I will be honest, there's an ability that's better for that, and you'll see. Next one here is Blink. Blink here allows you to teleport 3 times in any given direction. These blinks are pretty fast and can be unexpected, so it's pretty good for teleporting, I'll be honest. It's also pretty good for mobility because these blinks do come back pretty fast, and with the max upgraded one, you go pretty far. It's pretty good. If I had to compare it to another ability, I would probably say Thunder Dash, but Blink is just Thunder Dash, but 3 times and better. It's just really good. If you spam the ability button with Blink, you go extremely far very quickly, and if you're facing a good player with a fast ball, it'll probably catch him off guard, so it's pretty good, I would say. Not the worst thing in the game, though. It's not that bad. Next thing we got here is Wind Cloak. What Wind Cloak does, it allows you to travel very fast for a few seconds, and it also gives you jump boost for that same amount of time. And it also lasts for like a very long time. The ability, it lasts like around 8 seconds, I would say. Pretty long time for an ability. I'm not gonna dabble into this one too much, but it's basically like Shadow Step, but you also get jump boost on top of it. If I had to pick between the two, I would obviously pick Wind Cloak. It's basically preference, which one you prefer. Wind Cloak allows you to go pretty fast and increase your jump speed for a pretty decent amount of time, and Shadow Step does the same thing, but without the jump boost, and you go much faster with it. But it doesn't last as long, so you go for Wind Cloak for a longer duration, and Shadow Step for more speed for a shorter duration. Next, we have the Freeze ability. What Freeze does, it allows you to freeze the ball for around 5 seconds, and once those 5 seconds are up, it'll go to a random player. Alternatively, you can go up to the ball and hit it while it's frozen to stop those 5 seconds. It'll happen instantly. I just want to mention, by the way, only the person that's frozen the ball can hit it. So if you have the basic dash and you try to hit someone's freeze, it won't work. You'll just look like an idiot. You can't parry someone else's freeze. Freeze is a pretty good ability in the game. If the ball's going really fast, you feel like unsafe, you're in between 2 players, just freeze the ball, get to a better spot, or hit it, and then go to another player. You know, they probably won't expect it. Plus, freezing the ball is pretty cool, let's be honest. Next one here is Swap. I feel like I don't really need to explain this one that much. Swap will basically allow you to swap places with another player. It doesn't matter how far they are on the map, you could swap with them. It isn't disabled during Final Stand 2, which is another pretty good thing about it. I've seen a lot of aggressive players use this, and it's pretty good for aggro. And I've said it a million times, but it can catch people off guard a lot. Because, you know, you're sort of switching spots, you know, you can't really see that one coming. The next ability is Forcefield. Forcefield allows you to put on a force field, and if the ball goes towards you, it'll automatically hit it towards another player. It can save you in a lot of sticky situations, and in that case, it's pretty good. So yeah, Forcefield can save you a lot of times. You know, you don't need to hit it, so if it's going full speed and you're not very confident, use Forcefield. It'll help you a lot. This is also a pretty good one to use during practice, because if the ball goes towards you, it'll just automatically hit it. This is also a semi-decent one for aggro. So say if the ball is going towards a player and you're right in front of them with Forcefield, you can put the Forcefield on to automatically hit it, and if you're like inside of them with Forcefield, they basically can't do anything. It'll automatically hit it instantly and they'll just die. I'm pretty sure not even an auto clicker can beat this, so good luck if you're trying to go against it. The next ability we have here is Reaper. Oh god. Reaper basically gives you speed per player you kill. So if you kill one player, you'll get faster, kill another, you'll get really fast, all the way up to 5 stacks, and in that case, you are literally the speed of light. I'm pretty sure it's the fastest in the game. If you're a free-to-play player, this is probably one of your best bets because it is really good. You go full speed. But in my opinion, it's probably one of the best aggro, like, abilities in the entire game, because if they're trying to hit it towards another player, you could instantly zoom in front of them and just hit it. You could also get really close to them and spam it full speed very fast. It's a very, 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 very good ability. Very fun to use, might I add, too, and yeah, it deserves a nerf. Next one here is Raging Deflect, or as I will say, poor man's Rapture. So what Raging Deflect does is that, say if the ball's like right about to get you, and then you use your Raging Deflect, it'll hit it, and then it'll speed up the ball by a lot. So if you're pretty close to another player and you use Raging Deflect towards them, they probably won't expect the speed up, and they might die from it. It's a very fun ability to use because it speeds up the ball by a lot, and it has some pretty cool animation, as you can see right here. I will say though, you probably shouldn't use this at the stage 1. You should probably use this at stage 2 if you're gonna use it. I like this ability a lot, and in my opinion, I think it should be like a little bit better because most players will expect the Raging Deflect and won't get too bothered by it. But as the legends do say, it is what it is. Next ability is Telekinesis. I have no idea why the hell I just went British right there. Telekinesis is basically the same as the freeze ability, but a little bit different. It allows you to stop the ball in its place whenever you want, but one thing is you cannot parry the Telekinesis ball. When you do stop the ball with Telekinesis though, it speeds it up by a whole lot. It makes it a lot faster. It speeds up the game by a lot because when you stop it, it'll make it go very fast, and in my opinion, it's better than freeze because freeze will just save you. But if you use Telekinesis when the ball's going full speed, good luck reacting to that because you are just dead. It literally hits the player instantly. The only way to counter Telekinesis really is to predict when it like starts moving again and hit it instantly. And if you manage to pull that off, then like honestly, good work to you because it is very difficult. But yeah, if I had to pick between Telekinesis and freeze, Telekinesis is better. Next ability here is Pull. Pull, in my opinion, is probably the best ability in the entire game for aggro. It's honestly a fairly simple ability too. Once you use it, the ball will just target you. So say if it's going to another player, you could say, nah fam, and make it go to you. I use this one a lot because I can target it towards the AFK players and get a lot of coins just instantly. It's basically a free kill, and like, who doesn't like free kills, you know? But Pull in Blade Ball has a pretty bad rap, I'll say. Because what most players do with Pull is that, say if you hit the ball towards them and the ball's right about to hit you, they're gonna pull it back to them, and when they pull it back to them, you're gonna block on instinct, and then they're gonna hit it towards you, and then you're gonna be on cooldown, so you just die. That's called the Pull tech, and it works guaranteed every single time, basically. Starting off here, we have Phantom. Phantom is one of the newest abilities in the entire game. What it does, basically, is that you could target a player, and then you could instantly teleport to that player, and then the player you teleported to is extremely slow. They are literally like snail's pace. I can't really say a lot for this one because I'm too broke to have it, but what I've seen a lot of good players do with the Phantom ability is that, say if the ball is going towards a player, they're gonna teleport to that player with the Phantom ability, and a lot of the times the ball is gonna go to the guy that used the ability, and they're just gonna hit it back to them and they're gonna die instantly. Probably not the most healthy thing for the game, but whatever, right? That's all I'm gonna talk about for that ability because that's all it does. Next one we have here is Phase Bypass. Now, what Phase Bypass does, it lets you move extremely quickly around the map once you use it, but then after around 4 or 5 seconds, it'll return you to your original spot. So as you can see, my friend Ruby over there just used the ability and he's coming towards me, but once the ability is done, he teleported right to the spot where he used it. This ability can be pretty confusing to play against, and it's understandable why. I really like the idea of this one too because it's pretty fun to play against and with. I like this one a lot, and I am pretty sad I didn't get it because I really like this. I think it's really fun to play against, and I wish I had this, man. Next one here is Rapture. Rapture is another ability that you could use when the ball's about to get you, like Raging Deflect. But when you use Rapture, it'll hit the ball upwards, and it makes it extremely faster. And when you're right next to someone, that'll catch them off guard like 9 times out of 10. It's a pretty good ability, and I've been trying my best to get it, and I hope I get it, man, because it's pretty fun. It's a very fun ability to play against too, because you're like, oh my god, when's he gonna use his Rapture ability? I gotta be ready for this, you know, so you can time it right, because, you know, it hits it very fast. I approve of this one. It's pretty fun. But yeah, it's basically just Raging Deflect, but better. If you have Robux and you're trying to decide to get this one or Raging Deflect, get this one. The next ability we have here is Infinity. Ugh. Man, so Infinity is another one of those abilities that you could use when the ball's about to get you, but what Infinity does, it'll stop the ball completely, and you basically carry the ball with you. You can carry it around the map and do what you want with it, and then when you're ready, you can let it go, and then it will go to another player. And this can save you a lot. It's pretty good. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If I had to pick an ability to remove from this game entirely, I would probably pick this one. Because what most players do with this ability is that when the ball's going extremely quickly, they're gonna pick it up, so now they have it, right? And then they're gonna go towards one of the players, and then they're gonna let it go, and they're basically dead no matter what they do. But when it comes to Infinity, you just die no matter what you do. You're basically dead if someone has Infinity right in front of you. I'm not completely sure about this because I haven't played against it a lot, but I think you might be able to freeze the ball or use pull to like drag it out of their grasp. So if you're playing against some guys in an Infinity server, I would probably bring freeze, pull, or telekinesis. Or Forcefield would probably be a good one to counter that too. But I'll be honest, this shouldn't be in the game. Using a certain ability just to target something that's this OP shouldn't be what you have to do. You should use abilities that are like fun to use, you know, or help you get wins. And I mean, sure, this allows you to get wins, but do you feel good about yourself using this? You just die no matter what. And the very last ability I'm gonna go over in this video is Waypoint.
Stop the cap.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've actually never seen a single player use this ability, so hold up, let me see someone use this. So what Waypoint does is that you put a sword marker on the ground, and no matter how far you go on the map, you can go across the entire map. When you use it again, you can return back to that spot. It's basically like you put a waypoint down and you can return to it whenever you want. Now, I don't really feel like that's that amazing. Like, I mean, you could probably throw some players off with it, but at the end of the day, you have to place it in a spot that other players can see that spot. So they're like, oh, this guy's waypoint, he's gonna use it on me. Like, I feel like, I mean, it's alright, like, but yeah, what I seen from that video, it doesn't seem very good, so I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. And I mean, at the time of recording this, you can't even get it anymore, so yeah. So Waypoint, I don't feel like it's that good. And last but not least, we have Pulse. Pulse is the newest ability in the entire game. It came out literally like a few days ago. It's pretty simple what it does too. When you use the ability, it disables nearby players' abilities for a short time. And the radius of this starts off pretty small, but the more and more you upgrade it, it gets bigger, eventually covering nearly the entire map when you use it. So yeah, it disables nearby players' abilities. Not the worst thing in the game. Now this is probably one of the best abilities in the entire game for standoff. Say if you're facing like a Reaper player that has 5 kills going full speed, you know, you could just use that ability and now they can't run fast with their ability, dude. Same thing if you're facing like an Infinity player. Just use the ability and they can't use Infinity and win, you know? But it low-key gets outclassed by other things. And one more thing I forgot to mention is that it's 10,000 coins in the shop. The most expensive ability that you can buy with coins in the entire game. And that for me is the reason why I don't use it, because it's 10,000 coins and I'm broke, bro. But yeah, my guess is that you're probably gonna see this ability just a little bit in ranked servers. But like, it's kinda mid though. Let me know what your favorite ability is in the comments below. I'm pretty curious to see. Subscribe and like, bye!